Now, 7 weather with meteorologist Erika Delgado.
All right, South Florida front came through overnight. Cooling conditions behind it. We're still seeing those temperatures dropping, and more we're seeing those 50s return. 59 in Homestead, Hialeah, and Pompano Beach. 58 in Fort Lauderdale and Kendall. 60 right now at MIA. Into the Florida Keys, no 50s, but we do have some low 60s across the upper Keys. 60 in Key Largo, 62 in Isla Mirada, mid 60s from Marathon, all the way down into Key West. The Florida Keys with a strong wind out of the north this morning, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Gusts have occasionally reached up to 30 miles per hour. Right now, northwest winds for Miami-Dade and Broward between 5 to 10 miles per hour. And that northwest wind today is going to push the smoke across the fires from southern Miami-Dade into our bay waters, into the Atlantic and across the Keys communities. But a reminder that a brush fire watch does remain in place for Miami-Dade and Broward until 7 o'clock this evening, as conditions will still be favorable for a fire threat across the area and for it to spread quickly, as we saw. A cloud cover associated with the front now across the Bahamas. We are dry. We'll notice some of those thin, wispy clouds, those upper level clouds pushing from west to east from time to time across Florida. But as you can see, there's a lot of dry air. That dry air is that orange that you see on your screen. So the moisture that we need for rain is just not available. And that's why we've been so dry. Cool start to the weekend. By Saturday, some of us will still be in the 50s, but winds quickly veer out of the southeast, so highs will be back into the upper 70s. Still very comfortable, low humidity both days. Heading into Sunday, temperatures are going to try to warm, but with the increase in sunshine, in cloud cover, we're expecting filtered sunshine, so it's not going to really allow temperatures to warm too much. A lot of us will remain in the upper 70s, and some spots could hit 80 degrees. Small craft advisory in place for South Florida waters. The seas along the Gulf Stream could occasionally reach up to 8 feet, and we do have a high risk of rip currents across area beaches. Biscayne Bay choppy. Coastal waters into the Florida Keys very rough this morning, becoming a light to moderate chop, with small craft advisory in place, and with that wind out of the northwest later today, north and then northeast, areas of smoke will be possible across the Keys, coastal and offshore waters. We have a high tide coming up next in the 1 o'clock hour this afternoon in Fort Lauderdale and in Miami. Key West, your high tide will be at 2:38 this afternoon. So filtered sunshine together with a stronger wind out of the north will limit warming. We're back into the mid to low 70s, and that's as warm as it's going to get today. A reminder that the brush fire watch is in place through 7 o'clock this evening. And then tonight we'll have another night with cool temperatures. A lot of our mainland spots still in the 50s. Mid to low 60s for the Florida Keys. And then again, the weekend looking pretty nice. We'll have to do with a few more clouds on Sunday, but that should be about it. We warm a lot into early next week ahead of a front that we're hoping brings our next shot for some showers across South Florida. That's your 7 on 7.
Meteorologist Erika Delgado.
All right, South Florida front came through the area overnight, and now we continue to see cooling temperatures, and temperatures are still dropping. Today will remain below average, cool, dry conditions, very low humidity moving in behind the front, and gusty winds have returned. This is why that brush fire watch has been issued once again for Miami-Dade and Broward until 7 o'clock this evening. And it's only for our mainland areas. We're not under any watches for the Florida Keys, but that doesn't mean smoke won't be blown in that direction later today. It's for mainland areas, Miami-Dade all the way up into Palm Beach, and it will continue until 7 o'clock this evening as gusts could reach up to 25 miles per hour. They've already been reaching up to 30 across the Florida Keys, but winds are sustained between 5 to 10 for Miami-Dade and Broward, 10 to 20 for the Keys, and you can see there gusts right now in Key West up to 26 miles per hour. We have the cloud cover associated with the front is moving away, and the clouds that you see moving in from the Gulf waters, those are mid and upper level clouds, very thin wispy ones that we'll continue to see across South Florida today. So changes in the smoke. Yesterday, the smoke was being blown into Miami-Dade and Broward County, but with the wind coming out of the northwest, the smoke will push towards the southeast, and that's why our Keys communities, specifically this morning in the upper Keys, will see some of that smoke. And by the way, there is a fire near Lake Okeechobee. It's always there near Clewiston. Northwest wind is pushing some of that smoke across portions of Broward. But this fire right here, look how it's going to continue to blow smoke across portions of the Florida Keys. Overnight, it's going to sit across the Florida Keys and all island communities, and that's why hazy skies will continue. Looking ahead, nice conditions as far as temperatures this weekend, but we do warm next week. That's your 7 on 7.